with Sonic 2. Look, the first movie was it kind of came out of nowhere, and there was this whole character design fiasco, and this the studio changed the design and everyone was happy. So the first movie came out and people loved it. Even I really really enjoyed it more than I actually thought I would. I just thought it was a very small, charming movie with a very modernized version of a character. The best thing they did was to modernize him, was to make him relevant character to the modern superheroes. So him making references to DC, MCU, other popular movies, stuff like that. I think that brings in a lot of audiences to like him. So I think that was a pretty genius move. And Sonic is not, he's not like one of the top most, bankable franchises in the world, but he's a pretty popular character. Like, most people know what Sonic is, even if they never played the games. They know the character's design and the look of it and all that, right? So making that first movie, especially when a lot of video game movies just fail, making that first movie work was so important, and they did that. So they even changed the character design, which actually probably added a lot to that because, let's face it, the new design is better. So I just really liked the first movie because it was very small and charming. So I didn't think that I didn't think that the sequel would never happen. It was a guarantee that a sequel was happening. So when the sequel just now came out, most people love it. Surprise, surprise. It's even better and bigger. So I feel like they improved a lot. I just love this movie a lot. I'm probably gonna watch it more times as well. I thought that whatever worked in the first movie, they just amplified it even more in this, and that's pretty good. I felt like they were all very confident in what they were making here, and they knew what the audiences love, what works, and they really worked. Um, that really worked for them. So I feel like this is a really, really enjoyable, great movie that you should definitely check out in theaters as well because the visuals, dude. I feel like this movie just, um, I feel this movie just added to everything the first movie was, and it made it significantly better. Even though I really like the first movie a lot. So it's just a home run for me. This franchise just keeps going. There's a Knuckles spin-off coming. He was good as well, and there's a sequel already announced. So to no one's surprise, there was a tease at the end, and we probably know everybody can everybody who knows Sonic can guess what this tease was. But they showed it, and that's probably what's the third movie gonna be about. And I'm here for it. I love this movie. I had a really fun night. I watched it with Noman. Sonic 2 and Unbearable Weight, both back to back. It was just an awesome day.
Nice. I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately, because April has been packed with movies and
Yes.
TV and time, money, all that kind of stuff. And look, I hope to see it in theaters, but if I don't, I'll wait for it to come out on PVOD or on streaming. The second it comes out. I love the first one. Jim Carrey, huge fan of him, and yeah, just too many stuff came out at the one time for me to check it out. But I love the first one. I checked it out opening night back in 2019, I think it was 2020,
Yeah.
and loved it so much.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait for the sequel. I've heard nothing but good things about the sequel. And what happened was, like, the first one did pretty well at the box office just before the pandemic kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way it kind of gathered a fan base was like on streaming because people needed stuff to watch that was on Netflix or whatever. Kids, watched it as well, and that's where I think the audience grew for this. And the second one
Yeah.
has been a massive hit. I think it's the
Dude,
biggest
I
video game
heard
movie.
cheers in the theater from kids, like a
Nice.
lot, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're cheering like for an MCU movie." Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of those
So
moments were in the movie, so I was really cool.
franchise is big. Jim Carrey, another massive movie again, even at his age, for somebody who's like, because comedy movies don't do well anymore, really, at the box office in a way.
Yeah.
They're kind of shaped into Marvel movies or animated movies. But yeah, it's cool, and this is a big franchise. It's going to go on and go on and go on. Third movie coming probably in 2 years, if if they get everything right. And Knuckles spin off, and they'll probably have more spin offs as well because the universe is just there's a demand for it there. Kids love it, audiences, adults seem to love it as well. So that's good. That's awesome to see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Hopefully, I can see it in theaters. But if not, I'll day one digital. I'll definitely be watching it.
Nice. All right. Fear Jason says seen Sonic 2 3 times. Yeah, man, it's really really good. Like it also has that rewatchability factor to it. So I'm sure a lot of kids and parents are going back to watch this. And Rokon is saying, it's crazy to me how it took till Sonic to break the video game movie curse. Yeah, I would. Anytime people say this, I just, go back to the first Hitman movie. I know a lot of people don't consider that into the video game category, but I just thought that was a perfect adaptation for the game because I'm such a huge fan of the game. I thought that was pretty well made, but it's a long time ago. I can understand. The second movie just was terrible. So yeah, it went backwards. They did a reboot for that, but yeah, Sonic is pretty good. Detective Pikachu was also good. I thought that was done well, but I think they fumbled the bag by not having it be the main Pokemon movie franchise with Ash and Pikachu and all that. So
Yeah.
maybe that would have been better received, but probably they will make a sequel to that movie. It did pretty well. It did okay. And the movie was also pretty good. I'm not a Pokemon fan, so I don't know. Um,
Grew up on Pokemon. Watched it
did you
religiously.
like that?
I am. I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the
Oh,
movie, and I was a huge fan. I don't know. Like it's just kind of I don't know why. I don't know why. I,
it's pretty
I
good.
should have. I watched it when I was a kid. Maybe it was missing that big movie star to be in it as well. Jim Carrey really
Yeah,
helps this one out a
but
bit.
Ryan Reynolds is the voice.
Yeah, maybe he should have been the live action character
Yeah,
instead of the voice.
but yeah, check that one out. But Sonic definitely is. It feels like this one is the definitive one that breaks that curse because you have like when you have the first movie perform so well that you make a sequel, you announce a spin-off and a sequel to that movie before it even came out. That just tells us that the creators are too confident in this franchise to continue, and absolutely they should because the second movie was even better. So I feel like this is definitely going in a good direction.
Yeah, absolutely.